strictly business. Yeah, you want a job or get rich? I'm bossed up. 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 I got boss in my IV, just check my ID, and that's why I be the HNIC. People despise me, my services ain't free. Ain't trying to hear your story, homie. Cop me, no please. In high school, corner, quarterback. Nowadays, corner, quarter sack. Keep that on the low, rappers turning into rats. Fly snitching on they self, DEA ransack.
Yo. You know what it is. You know what day it is. More importantly, it's a Football Friday.
And we back in the house, man.
Yeah, we back in the building. It's going to get it's going to get testy again today. A lot of stuff going on in the news. The youngsters are acting crazy.
Popping up at the mouth and stuff, you know.
Popping off at the mouth. So, well, first, how's everything going on with you, Brother Muu?
Pretty solid, man. Pretty solid. Everything's moving on pretty well. Semi-pro is moving on solid. We got a first opening game next week. Flag football is going solid. Got our first opening game this Sunday. So, yeah, I'm a busy person.
Good job. That's how we do it. We keep busy. Busy.
You know, man. How about you? What you got going on?
Not much. Been chilling, working. Had some time with the family, you know, with the wife and the daughter, kicking it. I got some flag football stuff coming up as well. So hopefully I'll get into that next month as a co-ed. So I'm gonna be coaching and playing at the same time. So
there we go. Yeah, we love that.
It's gonna be nuts. So I'm gonna have the girls ready to rock and roll. And then I get, because it's co-ed, I'm going to coach the offense from on the field. So line up at receiver.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I don't know if y'all ready for Mel calling the plays while he's lined up. That's different.
That's what I told him. I said, y'all got to understand, when I'm going to line up at receiver and I get to see the coverage, I'm going to tell you what play we're running right then and there.
Yeah, that's different. That's scary. Yeah. Can't wait to see the highlights from it.
Speaking of working hard, the hardest working man in sports media right now, Shannon Sharp, he overtook my man Stephen A. Smith. Even though but he doesn't do like the social media stuff like Shannon does. So they just work.
Starting to get there with the Stephen A. Smith show, but it's building. It's building.
So it's getting out of he's out in these streets, and sometimes when you get out in these streets, you look a little nuts. And I'm not saying that Shannon looked nuts. I'm just going based off of the reaction of people. I'm pretty sure everybody saw it, but okay. Shan, look. I get it. Shiggy did a nice video for it, hilarious. My man Lou did a dope video. Lou always do dope videos. I got to figure out a way to get Lou on the show. I got to figure out a way to get Lou on the show. But my biggest problem with all of this is, so we're gonna get serious, and we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna cross over to some basketball as well today. So it's gonna be we're gonna bob and weave today. I have a problem with people and this attack on Shannon's sexuality. Bothers me.
Why?
Because this is a grown-ass man. A proud grown-ass man with children. And because I don't feel that the slander is divvied out and dished out equally. And what I mean by that is, let's see. Let me see if I got another one here. This is one of y'all favorite people right here.
Yep.
Kind of look the same to me. All right. Aaron Donald is holding a goddamn clutch. Ain't nobody telling Aaron Donald he's gay.
Look, I was gonna say, somebody gonna walk up to AD and tell him that tell him something about that baby vest.
That's a clutch. I don't care what nobody say. That's a clutch. Okay. This y'all king right here.
I was gonna say this. Hey, I didn't seen LeBron with a few bags.
Yeah, like that's, you know what I'm saying. But no one questions LeBron. And then we got the GOAT.
Look,
That's
I
a
ain't seen anybody. Look,
that's a big ass purse.
I'm in the room right now. Pretty sure Mama got one.
Look, I'm not a fan of the fanny packs and the bags and all that. That's just me personally. It is what it is. But I'm not going to question the man's sexuality because he has it. I understand fashion now. I understand what the trends are and it's trendy and all of those things. I understand all of that. I'm not going to question the man's sexuality over it. So I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. And, kind of like what Shannon said. How many of y'all would do it and say it to his face?
No, none of them. Because, this is the funny thing, right? That's the funny thing, right? All right. First of all, I got my Dragon Ball shit on today, so I'm on a tear. All right. First of all of this internet stuff that's where it's gonna stay. It's gonna stay on the internet, okay? Because like I have an anime-based crossbody handbag, whatever fuck anybody wants to call it, right? And I would dare somebody to say something to me. I keep my gun in mine, so say something if you want to. Like, and I'm pretty sure Shannon and a lot of these athletes, they got that thing to kill John Wayne. Okay, so when it comes to and a lot of the times, right? A lot of the times, it's really just hate, bro, because everybody wants to talk about the shoes, the outfit, the this, the that, and it's just like, bro, like that.
And y'all go out dressed the same way.
Look, like y'all dress worse, honestly. Like y'all dress. I see the shit that y'all wear, right? And I see where y'all buy it from. Y'all not the same. Trust me, y'all not the same. Like his shoes alone cost more than y'all whole outfit. Like his shoes alone is your car payment. Like let's just keep it banned. He had the De La Soul XB Dunks on, right? The first editions. Them $750 shoes.
Right.
That's more than a lot of y'all car payment.
And he's a self-proclaimed, like everybody knows he's a sneakerhead.
And everybody knows he's a sneakerhead. He literally gets shoes from everybody, right? And this is the thing about the bag, right? Everybody wants to talk about, oh, well, I don't understand why all of these dudes is wearing purses now. Nigga, y'all did the same thing back in the day. I can pull up pictures of motherfuckers with fanny packs going across their goddamn waist and shit, hanging where they should be, where their manhood should be. You got the whole colorful fanny pack and shit with the colorful visor, with the baby shorts. Don't act like y'all wasn't doing the shit in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and shit, bro. Fashion and history repeats itself, and everything is just coming back. Bell-bottom shoes is coming back. Freaking high-waist shorts is coming back. Elevator pants, all that shit is coming back. They just freaking re-editioning it. Now it's just changed to the point where now it's gonna fit today's eye and today's fashion. But y'all did the same exact shit back in the day. I remember the Temptations and the OJs wearing motherfucking cut off shirts and shit tied with the like. Come on, bro.
It's fashion is fashion. It is what it is. It's always I am not. Okay, we're gonna take it to hip hop real quick. I don't think any of this stuff has a place in hip hop. That's Melvin. Okay? Because this is fashion, like not street fashion, which is hip hop, but fashion, high-end fashion. Okay? So no, if you ask me, give me a jean suit, some nice Jordan, some ones, t-shirt, I'm good with that.
Solid.
You know what I'm saying? So when we're crossing these lines and you get, to me, the fashion is fashion. There's the Allen Iverson fashion. Yep. There's the buttoned up, suited Michael Jordan fashion. Mm-hmm. Then there's high-end fashion in which the LeBrons, the D Wades, those types of guys.
Westbrooks, the Shai Gilgeous-Alexanders, like those are the guys that like have deals with these brands so that like I don't know if anybody knows what a brand ambassador is, right? But when you're a brand ambassador, right, and a lot of these guys, that's what they are. They're really just brand ambassadors for these big ass brand name, expensive ass companies, right? So when they're going out and they all have stylists, every single fucking famous person has a goddamn stylist. So when they go out, they have to maintain an image, and they have to maintain an image in the name of that brand, right? They have a whole bunch of contracts with all of these brand deals, Balenciaga, Gucci, Hermes, all kind of stuff. So obviously, when you see them out, they're going to be wearing something of the sort. It's the reason why when people see them and then take pictures, oh, well, what are you wearing? What you got on? This and this and that. Oh, well, I got on this, I got on that. Like all of that is pertaining to their brand, and all of that is going to end up making them money in the long run.
Right.
Like
you think Supreme? You think Supreme is making money off book bags?
Literally.
Regular JanSport
backpacks.
Just backpacks. Just because it has Supreme on the back.
Sleeves and shit.
Like
Socks.
This is like what these guys, they're walking advertisements. That's what they are.
And I'll give you the biggest example, right? I'll give you the biggest example, bro. Do you remember Champion?
Bro, we had this conversation just the other day. A Champion hoodie back in the day used to be the cheapest hoodie on the planet. It was like you could go to the Champion store or go to your local whatever.
Ross, Walmart.
2 for $10.
2 for $10.
2 for $10.
You better go buy 2, get 1 free if you go to the right spot.
A Champion hoodie is $50 right now.
Come on, bro. Champion hoodie is $50 now, dog. Like, what are we certain? This is the thing that we're saying, bro. Like, fashion changes everything, bro. Like, just like we said, like a Champion hoodie, you can get 2 for the 15. You can go to Ross and get 3 of them for $20.
Yep.
Every single color.
Like
now they're in freaking Foot Locker and Champs and shit, and they're like $40, $50 for a jumpsuit, like $70 for a fucking jumpsuit. Like
back in the day. All right, we're gonna go off on a tangent. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're gonna go on a little old school tangent, man. It's okay.
Little old school tangent. But this, we don't got that much football in the news, so we're gonna go on the old school tangent. Yeah, like Cortez, them shits was like $40. Your precious Air Force Ones.
Come on, bro.
$40.
Come on, bro. I remember getting my first pair of Air Force Ones, okay, aka G Fazos for all the kids out there, right? For $40 out the door. $40 out the door.
Them shits is over $100.
Come on, bro.
The reason why they became so popular,
I just paid $105 for.
Right. The reason they became so popular was because they were cheap. The hood can buy them.
Everybody had a pair of Air Force Ones. All white Jones. Everybody. And it was an argument. It was an actual debate on whether you like the lows or the mid top with the straps.
Yep. I was a mid with the strap.
I was a mid with the straps too, guy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a mid with the straps. My wife just looked at me and nodded like that. That was the ones.
I was a mid with the strap. I just got into the lows as I got older.
Same.
So, but fashion is fashion. Like, you should never question anybody based upon that. Like, because especially when you guys today, you're wearing the exact same thing that Shannon was wearing.
Literally.
You wear the exact same thing.
Every single day. Every single day. And a lot of y'all do more questionable shit in your everyday life than what he does. So, like, at the end of the day, y'all trying to question him for how he stands and how he walks. Bro, first of all, I don't know how
hip replacement.
Literally.
The motherfucker played football for what? 15 years?
15 years.
So his knees and ankle, his shit hurt. You hear me?
Everything hurts when you walk, okay, after a certain amount of time when you play football. Not to mention, I don't know not one buff nigga that don't walk like that. If you look at The Rock when he walks the same way. Vin Diesel walked the same. Every single buff nigga walks the same damn way. And he's bow-legged.
That's the big nigga walk. When you bow-legged and pigeon-toed, you got no choice but to walk like that.
My dad walked the same way. My dad walked the exact same way. I promise you, walked the exact same way. He nowhere near as buff as Shannon Sharp, but like he bow-legged and pigeon-toed. So like when he walked, my son walked the same goddamn way.
Like, but the crazy, see, I that's why like social media is a crazy place because they love to point at everybody else, but never look at themselves.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because
it's crazy.
Questionable shit every single day, but don't want to acknowledge the fact that, never mind. I'm not going to go ahead and get into that.
No. Let's keep it on the youngsters. Let's keep it on the youngsters. So me and my cousin, shout out to Eric. I'm gonna have to send him this clip because we're gonna have to get back into it. There's the page because they, this, like I said, we're gonna cross over sports, so we're gonna jump into basketball for a second, then jump out and get back into football, but it's all gonna make sense. So me and him going back and forth with the LeBron Jordan debates, and he likes posting the videos we done with the 80s and the 90s, and trying to compare the eras of basketball. I then got into it with somebody about the eras of football. Because somebody was telling me that Jerry Rice, the great GOAT Jerry Rice, isn't the best wide receiver of all time. And they're using the same type of...
Who they... Never mind. Go keep going. Right. Never mind.
So I was like, well, who is? Said Randy Moss.
Oh my God.
And I said, no. I said Randy Moss wishes he could be Jerry Rice. But then it turned into, well, Jerry Rice had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. I said, really? I said, I get it. Steve Young is a Hall of Fame quarterback now, but Steve Young was not a Hall of Fame quarterback when he was the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers. He became that because he was throwing to Jerry Rice and Terrell. Because Steve Young was ass when he was on Tampa. Okay? But there's a disconnect between the generations. And if you saw the thumbnail, I really want to know who failed who now. Like, I want to know. We're going to get, because CJ Stroud said some crazy shit. We're going to get to him later. But I'm to the point now where I don't know who to hold accountable. Is it guys like me, the older generation, or is it these dumbass kids that are floating around today? What do you say? No, you don't got to answer the question. Just
first of all, Randy Moss' name doesn't deserve to be nowhere near Jerry Rice's name. Okay, I don't want to hear nothing about none of that other. No, okay, because you played with the best quarterback of all time and still couldn't fucking win a championship. So I don't want to hear about none of that shit. Okay, you're known for not showing up in big games when Jerry Rice is known for showing up in big games. But that's another story for here and there. Like, we're talking about a guy who came from Mississippi Valley State. Like, are we serious? 3-time Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year. Let's not do this. Are we serious? Come on, bro. Randy's name doesn't deserve to be nowhere near Jerry Rice's name, like, at all. Right. I mean, even when you look at the history in the record books, it literally the proof is in the pudding right there. But let's go ahead and get to this. These young niggas at hand. The disconnect comes from them. I'm not even gonna lie to you, right? Because you see a lot of young people and they get caught up in their aspect of the game, right? Like, they get caught up in seeing and playing their aspect of the game that they forget to pay homage or forget to really go back and take a look at where it all started and how it started, right? Mm-hmm. And it's how it evolved from here to now.
Thank you. Yep.
And like, when you look at it, it's really, I can't even say it's our fault or the OG's fault. It's really their fault, bro, because they refuse to do their own research. They refuse to go back and look at it. And when they do go back and look at it, they go back and look at it with such a clouded mind and such an already judgmental mind because they feel like their game is better already, that it clouds their judgment. So now they automatically don't like it or automatically think that it's this or it's that or it's slow or these guys suck or stuff like that. But it's like, at the end of the day, y'all got to understand how different the game was and how different the game was played compared to now. Now it's more of a passing league. So, of course, everybody's going to want more speed. Everybody's going to want more quickness. Everybody's going to want more agility and stuff like that. But back in the day, you wanted big, nasty, tough guys, rough, physical guys, especially that front 7 or 8 in the box. Like, that's what you wanted. You wanted a big, nasty, rough, 200
25-pound running back that was going to barrel through the goddamn line and get you those rough out grinder yards. You wanted those 3, 4 big nasty D linemen that's going to get in the backfield. You wanted those 5, 6 guys in the O line that are just absolutely fucking disgusting and do anything to fucking win. Now you don't see that, right? And I think this is the biggest part for me, right? And like you said, we're going to cross into basketball a lot, but the biggest part for me, bro, is competitiveness, right? You don't see the same competitive fire that you've seen back in the day, right? Like you don't see guys that want to go after other guys, even their friends. And I think that's the whole problem, right? Like you see a whole bunch of guys that want to, be buddy and, talk on the field, and they want to, dap up and all kind of shit like that. And, switch jerseys. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. And, that you shouldn't, I'm saying, or you shouldn't, want to try to be, I'm saying, connect with your homie. You feel me? But like, where's the competitiveness? Where's the competitive fire? Like y'all should be want to, like, I come from a time, Mel comes from a time to where, like, even if we are playing our homies, like a regular PE game, pickup game at the park, whatever the fucking case may be, bro, like you're going to end up playing against the homies. You're going to end up playing against your friends, bro. And if you don't have that competitive nature to want to like kill them on the field, like, then I can't even really call you an athlete. You know what I'm saying? So I think like we were talking about last week with Deion Dawkins when he said like a lot of those guys, they don't care about football. They just want to take a lot of pictures and they care about this and that. I think that's where the disconnect comes from, because they see the jersey, they see the flash, they see the girls, the money, and they want to be part of that, but they forget like you still got to play football. Like that's the biggest part of it.
There's no love for the game for the most part. And what I mean by that is because these kids playing AAU football, basketball, the 7-on-7 tournaments, they have a level of celebrity at an early age. And growing up, like, we would just play football just because we wanted to play football. Like, you wake up Saturday morning, like, literally, we would knock on everybody's door, like, yo, get your equipment. Get your equipment.
Yeah, you come outside, play football.
Get your equipment. Get your equipment. And we went back of the building, and this is how retarded we were. We probably all suffer from fucking CTE right now because of it.
Most likely.
We were playing full contact football with no referees.
No referees.
11-on-11 football, no referees, calling our own shit.
No referees, no lines, no markers.
We had offensive lines too. That's the crazy thing about it.
I'm talking about no field markers, like no field markers.
Yeah, no. Well, depending on the day, like if we can get on one of the fields, we could. But nah, nigga, it was lined up. Like it just seemed like the trees were spaced out just enough. Oh, that's the first down. That's the first down. Like we loved football. Me and my cousin, he would hit me up like, yo, get your cleats. We're gonna go downstairs, we're gonna throw the rock. All right. We'd be outside 2-3 hours just running routes. Me and him. Throwing the ball. Like, to the point where when we played in game, he never had to worry about where I was because he knew where I was gonna be. Because we did it so much together.
That's literally y'all building connection.
And I don't see a lot of that going. The same thing with basketball. Like it's a nice day out here in Vegas right now. I can go over to the basketball court right across the street from my house. Them bitches gonna be empty.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't find the empty basketball court when I was little.
Runs everywhere.
If it was nice out, oh yeah,
runs everywhere.
Grab your sneakers.
Yeah, we outside.
And it's just look, because some of these kids, like, they're too good for it. Oh, nah, because they play in AAU tournaments. They play in all of these things. They go to camps and they do all this other stuff. Where you gain the real love of basketball and real love of football, it's not in those tournaments. It's out in the street.
Yep.
That's where you learn to love it. How you deal with physicality on the basketball court. On the street. Ain't no refs. Nobody gonna save you.
Ain't nobody gonna call no foul. And they gonna look at you like a bitch if you call a foul.
Yeah. You know how you got tough playing football? We did nutcrackers in the back of the building.
We play tackle football with no fucking equipment, no helmets, no none of that shit. If you had equipment, bet. But
these kids, they're not built like that. They don't have it. And
It's crazy that you say that, bro, because like you remember like community football games, community basketball games to where like kids is playing against adults. You feel me? Like you got hoopers, the hoop game, kids is out there running with OGs, bro. He's 60, 70 years old out there stroking it up, bow behind the three, and then he gonna come over here and throw a little 12-year-old kid shot and talk shit to him, telling him like, yeah, you better get back on defense because I'm finna nail this 3-pointer in your eye, and then go out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just that toughness, that mentality of playing against somebody 10, 12 years older than you and going out there and then playing against little kids where it's like y'all not even really much competition because I play against my OGs every day. You know, like,
and that's part, like my brothers are 10 and 9 years older than me. My older brothers. I played basketball with them. I played football with them. Like I always played above my water because I was always playing with older people. When I got to rock out with kids my age, it didn't seem like much to me. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays it's just different. Like the mentalities are different. Like it's so it's just weird. It's weird. Like me watching it, even coaching.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there and I'm showing kids different things, and they looking at me like, "Yo, like, where'd you learn that at?"
Yeah. What?
And I'm like,
"Learn that at?"
I'm like, "Yo, like this is football, man. Like this is but I've never seen nobody do that. Well, no one ever explained it to me like that. No one ever showed it to me like that." And I was just like, well, over time, you pick things up. Like
naturally.
As a wide receiver, I studied Anthony Carter. I studied Ahmad Rashad. I studied Jerry Rice. I studied Henry Ellard. I studied Art Monk, Gary Clark. Like I studied every day. Like I watched how they did different things, how he got off the line of scrimmage, how he ran his routes, how he caught the ball, how he did. And I shaped and I molded it to my game. And as I got older, when I started to see newer people, I started adding stuff from them because I like what they did. So if you're not absorbing information on a day in and day out basis, because it's not just, you're just not picking up things from people, you're learning who these people are because Jerry Rice learned from somebody.
Yep.
Henry Ellard learned from somebody. So now you got to think, well, who was he watching that he wanted to be like? Like, yeah, you can say Randy Moss is this, but who did Randy Moss watch to get him to help mold his game? Who did Michael Jordan watch to help mold his game? Because Kobe watched Mike, and that's what happened to Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at Kyrie Irving and understand who his godfather is in Rod Strickland, who his dad was. So you get to see how his game has developed, what it's modeled after. And if you're a young athlete, I don't care whether you play football, baseball, basketball, it's your duty to go back in time and see and study the people who came before you.
There's no appreciation for the older generation and the things that they did, what they did to pave the way, right? And like even talking about basketball, like we were talking about, like the heavy conversation around basketball on the basketball show was the All-Star game, right? Mm-hmm. And just how important it was to not go out there and go 100% balls to the wall, but just to give a good effort, right? And understand that y'all are playing for something that's bigger than y'all, right? So like during that week, I watched the little documentary that they dropped on ESPN about the history of the All-Star game and basically how one year they weren't going to play because there was guys who felt like, hey, we want more money. We want like benefits. We want all of this stuff. And like y'all been saying that y'all are going to get this shit done, but y'all haven't got it done. And every time we sit up there and cave and we play, like we see that nothing ever gets fucking done. So what they do, they decided to boycott the game, and they understood that with that game in that situation and how it shaped essentially how we watch basketball now today, right? With ABC have being the contract for the NBA Finals, like if they don't play in that game, the NBA does not get that contract in order to really boost their ratings because that's when they're really trying to go mainstream and go national and really try to present a product to ABC and to these big networks and saying like, hey, we got something that we feel like you guys are really going to enjoy, people are really going to watch, right? So just seeing that, right, and then coming to this new school and having those same guys, right, or just legends within their own right, come and talk to guys prior to the game and having them still go out there and give minimal effort it's just a slap in the face, bro. So like when we see these guys and we see these kids and they talk how they talk and there's essentially no appreciation for what the OGs did for the game and how far the game's come because of the OGs, bro. It's like that's on y'all. Like y'all have to get that appreciation. Y'all have to start to have that connect with the older generation and understand where the game comes from and understand.
Here we go. Let me put a pause and then let me answer this question. What exactly is Jerry Rice the best at? He is the best. Are you talking about individually or just as a skill set? What is Jerry Rice good? Before I answer the question.
I mean,
because I can answer that question a bunch of different ways. I just need to know exactly what point you're trying to make right now.
Everything.
Because if you're going to say what is he best at as a wide receiver, Jerry Rice had to play at a time where you had to get up the line of scrimmage. It was physical defensive back play. So release wise, elite. Route running, superb, beyond elite. Hands, elite. Because people get it confused because they said that, because they look at Jerry Rice and he only ran a 4.6 in the 40. That's only a part of what makes a good wide receiver or a great wide receiver, whatever you make it. Speed doesn't make you any more dangerous than somebody like Jerry Rice, because I've never seen Jerry Rice get ran down from the back. And Deion Sanders ran a 4.2, and Deion Sanders could not cover Jerry Rice. Okay. Blocking. He is the ultimate all-around wide receiver, not just offensive, not just catching the ball, but blocking as well. And for his career, Jerry Rice owns the triple crown for wide receivers. Most yards, most touchdowns, most receptions. And he was
1,500 receptions, 22,000 yards, almost 200.
He was doing this in an era that you weren't supposed to. He wasn't supposed to have the 100 and some odd catches a season that he was doing in the era of football that he was playing. Gary, when he starts, as far as for starters, to say he's the GOAT wide receiver is a bit old. I'm 33 and I've seen a lot of football. Well, I'm 45 and I've seen all the football. My frame of reference is probably a little bit better than yours, given the fact that, one, I watched it longer than you. Two, I played it and I played the position.
900 receptions compared to 1,500 receptions.
Right. Like Randy Moss, if you want to call him a freak of nature, that's 100%, but that doesn't make you the greatest of all time. That's not how that works. Not
to mention, you can argue that Randy played with better quarterback talent.
Yeah, this is nothing against a Randy Moss or anybody else. Like Jerry Rice, he did it with every single quarterback he played with it.
Well, Jerry Rice is the definition of yak.
They came up with yak because of Jerry Rice.
And God, has better hands than Randy Moss.
Right. He has better hands than Randy Moss.
Because he was slower, he had to run better routes than Randy Moss.
He runs way better routes than Randy Moss. Like everything, what Jerry Rice is literally he's the perfect wide receiver. There isn't a hole in his game. He's he runs a 4.6 and is probably one of the best deep threats in NFL history.
Came from a small school, beat odds.
Super Bowl MVP. He can move chains. If you need him to go and look, I need 8 yards right now. He can go get you those 9 yards. He can make contested catches. He gets separation. All of the things that
like even at an old age, there was really no slowing him down, bro. And that's the thing. That was the ultimate difference.
That was after he tore his damn ACL and had to put it back together with fucking staples and Gorilla Glue.
Like, we're talking about a 40-year-old receiver that still had 1,200 yards receiving at 40.
Yeah, like Jerry Rice.
In receiver, and this is an old NFL where the rules aren't like they are now, where you can still go across the middle and like suffer a career-ending injury.
No, and he was getting they were smoking motherfuckers going across the middle.
Yeah, like this is, and like y'all got to think about it like this, bro. Like the technology, the medicine, where it was at to where he tore his ACL to where people tear their ACL now, it's different to where it's like it's harder. It was harder for him to come back to where it's not as hard for these athletes to come back from ACL tears now. You know what I'm saying? So like he had to battle all of that, especially being over 30. Like that shit, being over 30 and battling an injury like that shit is virtually impossible to come back from at that time. And he still came back from it and still balled at a high level. So like just looking at that.
He had like 1,100 yards at 40.
Yeah, he had 1,200 yards at 40, bro. Like literally 1,200 yards at 40, 11 at 40.
In a shortened season, I forgot what year it was.
Like,
I'm gonna have to go look. I have to go look it up. He scored 22 touchdowns in 12 games in a shortened season. Who had the most touchdowns in the NFL last year?
1987, I believe that was.
It was 87, the short year, right? The strike year?
Yep.
Last year, in a passing league, the most receiving touchdowns, Mike Evans had 13 in 17 games. Jerry Rice he had 5 more in 12 games. Like, the dude was an absolute animal at wide receiver.
Like,
he wasn't crazy. The crazy thing about all of this, he wasn't even the focal point of the offense. That's the crazy part of all of this.
I mean, you're talking about a guy with over 22,000 yards receiving and has only had 400-yard reception seasons or 100 reception seasons. 400 reception seasons. But we're talking about a guy who had 15K or 1,500 off 86 receptions, guys.
Like for somebody, his yards per catch was ignorant for somebody who ran a 4.6.
Like, that's quite literally insane.
Not to mention,
and honestly, Moss don't even have a case, bro, because he's not even better than Larry to me.
No, look, we've had this conversation. We probably might have to revisit this again at some point. We got the all season. We got long off.
Okay, we can talk about that all day.
Like Randy Moss he's struggling to be in the top 5. So let's not act like he's still not better than T.O. and Larry Fitzgerald in my eye.
Yeah, I'm still taking Larry Fitzgerald and T.O. over Randy Moss, if I'm being honest.
So he got, you know what I mean? Like, and he ain't playing no more, so he not gonna jump them. Like,
you know,
there's nothing.
Right. And the hype of Moss, right? He got the name, the moniker, you got Moss, all the stuff like that, but no.
Right. And it's crazy because when you would think that Randy Moss would be the greatest deep threat in NFL history, and that is not the case. That is Deshaun Jackson.
He's up there for one of the best jump ball.
And if we go on jump ball, he's probably, in my opinion, I'm still gonna take Jerry. I'm gonna take Fitz. I'm gonna take Brandon Marshall, Brandon Lloyd.
Brandon Marshall was a really good one.
Like Megatron. Like,
much hate as we give Megatron on this show, and y'all know it.
And you know I hate Megatron, so that's it.
Like,
shit, I'll put Devontae, D-Hop.
I'm not even lying. Brandon Lloyd is a crazy choice because a lot of people don't even remember B. Lloyd, man.
Oh, people see. See this. This is a football show. This is what we do.
That was Odell before Odell, y'all. Y'all don't understand.
No, they don't know. If you don't know about Brandon Lloyd, then you can't talk football.
Shout out to the Niner fans, man. I'm pretty sure Auntie know who Brandon Lloyd is. He remember who B. Lloyd is.
Oh, matter of fact, I've been holding this up for you, Auntie, too. Hold on. I've been waiting to do this. This for you. I purposely put this in.
Hey, Auntie.
I might have to loop it a couple times, but nah. Jerry Rice is the best wide receiver of all time. It's not even close. But feel free at any point in time, if you get some free time, you want to come on the show and we want to talk about it. You ain't got to do it in the chat. Come on up. You can do it.
Oh, that's my brother. He know anytime he want to pop on the show, it's all gravity. He just got to hit me.
Yeah, you come on through. That's what we do around here. Then continuing on with the lunacy of some of these young kids, did you see CJ Stroud and Micah Parsons on the Edge podcast?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so shout out to Micah Parsons in the Edge podcast. You be turning up over there. You got some good conversations over there. I'm not even going front over there. You be doing it. But both of y'all were goofy for this one.
Mike Wilding on his podcast, but I like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like it. What I've learned, as watching some of these younger kids, and I call them kids only because they're as old as my children. So they really are kids.
So when they're talking football, I question, going back to what we were talking about before, how much they're football players, because they don't know fucking football. Okay, so they had a segment where they was talking about who breeds the most football players from a state, right? And CJ being from California, Micah being from Pennsylvania, and I think Micah says he said something, but he brought up Ricky Waters, and CJ Stroud did not know who Ricky Waters was. Now this bothers me on several levels. I'll start with this one. You're a football player and you don't know who Ricky Waters is. That's crazy. You grew up in California. He played for the 49ers and you don't know who Ricky Waters is.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. These kids don't know shit.
No. I'm not. But this is why I said who failed who? Like us as the OGs, and did we fail this younger generation? Because, like I said, I took pride. Quick story time. We was in football practice. I was playing semi-pro ball. My boy Mike Lee, shout out to Mike Lee. He wore an Auburn jersey with the number 34 on it, with the last name Jackson.
Oh no!
Right?
Oh no!
One of the kids looked at his jersey, said, "Who the fuck wears 34 in Auburn?" The last. Everybody shut up and looked at him and was like, "Say what?" He said, "No, seriously. Who the fuck wears 34?" It's Bo Jackson. He said, then his follow-up to that was, who is Bo Jackson? Then this is why it gets deeper and gets more insane as the story goes on. No, I don't think they got those things on Instagram when they was like it just kept getting worse.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
This is what one of those things. So we said, you don't know who Bo Jackson is. He said, no, I'm 18 years old. Why would I know? How would I? If he didn't play in like the late 90s or whatever, how would I know who Bo Jackson is? Like, you play running back. How do you play running back? You don't know who Bo Jackson is. Then I was like, all right, cool. All right, that's not. I'm not. So, do you know who Eric Dickerson is? He said no. And I was like, wait a minute. You play football. You play running back. And you don't know who Eric Dickerson is. You keep bringing up all these old niggas like I'm supposed to know who they are. You are supposed to know who they are. You're a running back. You can't make a running back in fucking Madden without trying to break Eric Dickerson's record. Like, so how do we, like, where do we go? Where did we go wrong? As
we didn't, and this is the reason why I was saying it. We didn't go wrong. We didn't fuck up nowhere, bro. It's them. These little motherfuckers spend all fucking day on YouTube, Instagram, social media, all fucking day, but they don't want looking up highlights of motherfuckers that they already seen. They look up highlights of LeBron James. They look up highlights of Randy Moss. They look up highlights of fucking Calvin Johnson. They look up highlights of motherfuckers they already seen, and swear up and down that nobody else could do this shit. That's the first time. The first time this shit's been done. All kind of crazy shit, right?
Exactly.
But but completely forget or completely negate the fact that this shit has been done years and years and years and years and years ago. Like motherfuckers are sitting up here, just like we were just talking about Brandon Lloyd. Everybody want to sit up here and talk about Odell like that shit was crazy. Brandon Lloyd used to make catches like that every single Sunday, right?
Every week, it seemed like every fucking week.
Damn it, every week, right? Everyone want to talk about all the crazy catches that Randy Moss used to make, but completely negate the fact that his mentor was the one who taught him how to do that shit. Chris Carter. Come on, dog. Like, what are we talking about? Everybody want to talk about all of these guys, bro, but you forget about the Lynn. People don't want to look up the Lynn Swans. People don't want to look up Jerry Rice. People don't want to look up the Brandon Lloyds. People don't want to look up all these guys. People don't want to look up Tim Brown, bro. Like, how do you guys not go back and look up the guys who these guys looked up to? That's y'all fault. Y'all spend all fucking day on social media and YouTube, but don't look up none of the guys who came before y'all favorite guys. That's stupid. Like my brother is starting to watch all kind of old Raider stuff like that. Like he was talking to me about the Tuck Rule game, right? My face instantly turned because we been there, we lived that, we experienced it. But for him, it's new because he was 2 at that time, right? So he's looking at it, he's understanding it from a different angle. From his point, he was just like, bro, like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I'm saying? And even with that, bro, like people don't go look up, right? Like when people talk about Darrell Reeves, so his peak was highest, bro. They don't go look up the Charles Woodsons. They don't go look up the Rod Woodsons. They don't go look up Tiki Barber. They don't go look up Eric Allen. They don't go look up Darryl Green. Like you guys don't look up these guys. You guys don't look up the Champ Babies, bro. Y'all don't look up these guys and watch how they play and be like, holy shit, these motherfuckers was real, dog. Like forget the time period. Watch how they're playing and understand.
And I guess that's the problem and the disconnect. They're so concerned about when it was being played and not how it was being played.
Exactly.
You know, and like you said, like if you look at, you can't even compare cornerbacks and safeties to cornerbacks and safeties of yesteryear. Like a guy like Steve Atwater could not play today because Steve Atwater, the difference is today they take safeties and move them to linebacker. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, they were linebackers that they moved to safety.
Yep.
If you was fast and you play linebacker, put him at strong safety.
Yeah, put him at strong safety. Put him in the box. Yeah, put him at strong safety. We can put you in the box anyway. Yeah, put him at strong.
Put him at strong safety. So it flipped. A guy like Brian Dawkins John Lynch, for the people who just think he runs the 49ers, another one. Like they move him to linebacker now.
And you want to know what the scary part about the old school was, right? Olden days, right? Right? Just like people said, people like to throw shade and shit the olden days, right? Like it wasn't just linebackers moving to safety. Like you had D linemen moving to linebacker.
Because
like if you can move, especially laterally, you're not playing D line.
Like,
doesn't matter if you're 300 pounds.
Linebackers, like in today's league, Micah Parsons plays, he's an edge rusher, right? He's 215 pounds.
Yep.
Edge rushers, back in my day, Reggie White, 290.
290.
Bruce Smith. You know what I'm saying? John Randall.
Like
these motherfuckers were big. These huge. and they weren't slow.
They can move.
Like what you see with Aaron Donald, and this not to overstate it, but every team had one of them niggas.
Like quite literally, every single team had one of them niggas. Every single team had one of them.
That's what the league was. In Ndamukong Suh, that's what these niggas. That's what dudes were built like.
But the thing that was different from back in the day to now is, right, like a lot of these guys are smaller now, right? Like they're smaller in stature, right, in height. Mm-hmm. Those guys back in the day, when we're talking about everybody, like when we say everybody had an Aaron Donald, everybody had an Aaron Donald. It's just he was 6'4".
He was 6'3", 6'4".
6'3", 623, 350. Like
I showed this. I have posted a screenshot. It was somebody had posted. I forgot. I think it was Hurdles had posted a picture of. Matter of fact, hold on. I think I still got it. They posted a picture. Where is it?
And it's like a lot of people talk about like the game and who they play against, right? That's the thing I hear about a lot. Like, they played against plumbers, they played against this, they played against that.
They played against dogs.
At the end of the day, bro, they played against people that were in the league, right? Like it doesn't matter if niggas had another job because of lack of funds, right? They played against other dogs, right? And when you're talking about like an Aaron Donald, when you're talking about like, you got to understand who they were going against. They were going against motherfuckers who were 500, who were 400, freaking 300 pounds, bro, that literally just wanted to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like it was different. You know what I'm saying? It was, and it's crazy because a lot of people don't even think that these guys back in the day were athletic. Like a lot of these guys, bro, they played multiple sports. D linemen, they played multiple sports. The freaking O linemen, they played multiple sports. They just picked football. So when a lot of people sit up here and tell me, name football players who can play basketball, bro, there's a lot of them. Trust me, they just picked football.
There's a bunch of them, dog.
They just fucking picked football, especially D and O linemen. Like them motherfuckers were big as fuck for a reason. 6'8", 6'7", 6'6". All those guys were centers and power forwards. I dare anybody back in the day to challenge Vince Wilfork to a basketball game. Guarantee he bust your ass. Mm-hmm. Guarantee he bust your ass. Promise 100%. Because that big motherfucker can move. He can move. That's a big motherfucker. And he can fucking move. Okay? He gonna hit you with that post-up turnaround fadeaway. You're not gonna know what to do.
Like, this was it right now. Like, if you don't know who this is Gilbert Brown. Mm. Okay? That's what D tackles looked like in the 90s. Like, that's what you had to run up the middle on.
Yep. That's what was setting that line.
No games being played. The John Randalls, the Vince Wilforks, like
come on, man. The Alan Pages, bro. Like
Alan Page, like the Washington's offensive line averaged 330 pounds.
That's why they called them the Hogs, by the way.
That was average.
They called them the Hogs for a reason.
Like the Dallas offensive line, 6'3", 6'4", 315 across the board from tackle to tackle. Like the league is different. I get it. But you can't diminish what people had to play against because their struggle was different than y'all struggle.
Exactly. The game was different. Everything about the game was different, right? This is the reason why me and Mel go off about running backs and how running backs are so devalued now, because in the game that we grew up watching, running back was damn the most valuable position. Honestly,
they were the most valuable player on
the
the
most
team.
valuable fucking position player on the team. Like it didn't matter who you had under quarterback, because if you had a dog at running back and a stout offensive line, we running the table. Ain't nobody else stop it.
We're gonna make that work.
We're gonna make that work. And we seen that, right? We seen how now you quote unquote need a top tier quarterback, and you need this, you need that, right? Because the game has changed so much, it's so much faster. Back in the day, you didn't need all of that shit. You needed a good line, a solid running back, and a pretty good defense, and nigga, you running with it.
Let's take somebody for an example. Hall of Fame quarterback, Super Bowl winning quarterback, Pro Bowl quarterback, Troy Aikman.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Aikman, in his entire NFL career, has only threw for more than 20 touchdowns in a season one time. Yards, where we at? He's never threw for more than 3,300 yards in a season. Never. Like, this dude, they did not rely on him to do a lot. You know why they did not rely on him to do a lot? 22 was in the backfield. Like, and the crazy thing about all of this is he's had more. It gets worse. He's had more 18 interception seasons. That's crazy. Now that I'm looking at this, Troy Aikman probably shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. I'm looking at the numbers right now. Like the amount, like we love to crucify Eli Manning.
We sure do.
And you look, the criticism is warranted. I'm not saying that it's not. But we don't criticize Troy Aikman the way that we should.
Nobody talk shit about Joe Namath. That nigga a legend for nothing.
Oh, I get on Joe Namath's ass all the time about
shit. You know we do, but there's a lot of main media people that just really act like.
And then think about it. They said that Cam Newton was an inaccurate passer because he had a couple seasons where he completed less than 60% of his passes. You also know who else did that shit a lot? Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman did it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
You said complete less than 60% of his passes, right?
Less than 60%.
Okay, so look, check this out. Right. To build off Mel's point, right? Because Troy Aikman, right? Terry Bradshaw is also in that category.
Oh yeah, no, he has a career percentage under 60.
Literally, career percentage under 60%. More interceptions than he's thrown touchdowns.
Yep.
But why was he so successful?
Oh, was this guy Franco Harris was in the backfield?
I said because he had a dog in the backfield named Franco Harris. That's why. Because he had a fucking dope ass, crazy ass D line, starring Mean Joe Green. Okay, Steel Curtain. That's what they was called. They called them boys Steel Curtain back in the day. All right, as a Raider fan, I know about them all too well. Okay, that's yeah. All right, like this is back in the day when we had names for linemen, right?
You knew your squad was real when they got a nickname.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. The Purple People Eaters. You feel me? Shit like that. You feel me? Like it's a different game. So like when you see the disconnect, it's their fault because they don't take the time to go and look and see
where the game started and how it's changed. Of course, everybody's going to seem more fast and more athletic now. It's a fucking passing league. Everybody wants fucking the fast dudes and stuff like that. Y'all can thank Al Davis for that, by the way. Everybody wants the fast dudes to go out there and sprint the field. And, oh, well, he runs a 4.3, he runs a 4.2. Everybody wants the fast dude. Everybody wants the fast dude, right? But y'all forget the grinded out yards, right? Y'all forget the red zone, right? If you can get a tall dude who may not be 4.3 blazing fast, but he runs a 4.5, 4.6, but can jump out the fucking gym. Oh, that's red zone all day. You know, because we understand football, we understand personnel.
And it's funny you would say that about Al Davis, only because I said the same thing just a couple days ago. And I was like, Al Davis is probably the greatest owner in NFL history. And we had to, we did a back and forth, and it was like, nah. But it's just like, oh, like if you think about it, the way teams are built, or the way that they want to build their teams, literally Al Davis been doing this shit since the fucking 70s.
Mm-hmm. Since the Raiders started off on the East Coast and he brought them to the West Coast, but like quite literally shaped the way the NFL is ran today. Like him and Pete Rosen, like still probably don't like each other to this day, and even in death. Like the reason why St. Louis can move from Los Angeles, or the Rams can move from Los Angeles to St. Louis and then back to the Rams. The reason why teams there's expansion teams. The reason why teams can move cities. The reason why you have teams that can move and build new stadiums, right? Like that's all because of Al Davis. So y'all might want to go do, like we said, bro, do some research, dog. They don't do the research. They sit up there and they talk and they act like they understand. And even in basketball, right? Because you see a lot of guys that are starting to quote unquote do the research, right? And I've seen we're probably going to talk about this Monday on the show, but everybody wants to talk about, oh, did Jordan have a left hand? Did Jordan have a left hand? And they pull up one game from fucking finals, or pull up one game and, oh, well, no, not really. I calculated it. And bro, shut up.
So I might have to come on the show Monday then, because I already did a video, because somebody said that dumb shit to me too. And I was just like, you do realize all you're doing is, you know what? Because I called them parrots, because I was like, you just repeat what someone else has said without knowing what you're saying. You're just repeating it because you think it sounds good.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you're trying to cherry pick and trying to build a narrative, but anybody can do that. I can do that. I can do the same thing about LeBron and how he plays fucking defense.
And that's exactly what I was saying. I said the same thing. I was like, I can pick out selective things and build it out my narrative around it. Like it's very easy. Not that hard.
It's really not. So
yeah.
It's just, and it's just they don't take the time to really do their own research and understand where the games come from. Like even as far as last not last year, but a few years ago, when everybody was saying, oh, Aaron Donald is the best defensive player of all time and blah blah blah, all the stuff like that. I'm like, so Lawrence Taylor didn't exist.
So just fuck everybody else who ever played before that. Like
that fucking Lawrence Taylor, right? He just don't exist. He walk around sniffing coke,
Thomas,
on the sacks. Reggie White,
Bruce Smith,
Bruce Smith,
Kevin Green, Clay Matthews.
Like what? Like none of these guys matter, but Aaron Donald goes out here and quote unquote leads the Rams to the Super Bowl,
and there's no disrespect, and there's no disrespect to the current players, and this is the problem. This is another problem.
Never any disrespect.
Just because I disagree with what you say, it does not make me a hater. I just want to make that clear. We can have opposing opinions on things. Doesn't make me a hater whatsoever. I just have other information that makes me think a certain way. Doesn't make me a hater. I don't hate Aaron Donald because I think Lawrence Taylor is better.
Nobody said that. It's just
I don't hate Aaron Donald because I think Reggie White is better. Like it's not hate. I feel a certain way about it. It's not hate though. I'm just basing it off of the things that I see. And another thing is, staying on the young theme here. I watch more football and basketball than you motherfuckers. So my frame of reference, I got more information to pull from than you do. If you only watched football from 2000 till now, I've been watching it since 1980.
You can't even say 2000, bro, because a lot of these guys were born in 99, 2001.
Yeah.
So you really didn't start watching until about 05, 06, realistically, right? And even then, when you started watching,
2010s.
yeah, you really didn't start to understand the game until the 2010s, 2011s. So, like, really don't have any like true frame of reference. Like, these are the guys. We get it. These are the guys you grew up watching. So we understand it. But at the end of the day, you have to take your time to go and see, where exactly you guys came from, how the shit started, and how it's going, and understand why it's changed and why it's going the way it's going, and give the homage to those people, right? And especially football wise, right? Like, a lot of people can break down basketball and you can try to find flaws in people's game and stuff like that. But football wise, bro, like, big plays is going to happen every single year, no matter the decade, no matter the time period, no matter the era. So at the end of the day, you can't sit up there and tell me that there's a play that you've seen somebody in today's game make that you didn't see somebody in yesterday's game make. Like, that's completely asinine.
Right. And then, and this is, like I said, there's just certain, and then if you don't know the history of the game, to say, when we talk about black quarterbacks, not all of the great black quarterbacks got to play in the NFL. So
had to start other places and work their way into the NFL.
So you don't know. So if you don't know really about who Warren Moon is, you don't know who you don't. Most people don't even know who Major Harris is.
Most people who don't even know who Doug Williams is, and that's horrible.
You don't know who Doug Williams is. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of really good black quarterbacks that never got the chance. Like, I'm still, to this day, like, the fact that Charlie Ward has never played an NFL snap is
absolutely crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, y'all can see, like, these guys, like the Lamars and all of those guys, they're all really, really good. Really good. But there are other dudes, Darian Hagan. There's a lot of dudes who did not get the opportunity to rock out the way that these dudes have. Fucking Tony Rice.
It's just crazy. And that's the reason why I say, like, I blame them at the end of the day, bro. Like you said, like the old saying says, bro, like, we can bring you to the wall, we can bring you to the water, but we can't force you to drink. You feel me? Like, we can tell you about these guys, and you know what I'm saying, we can put you on the information and stuff like that. But like, getting y'all to sit down and actually watch and appreciate the shit was like that was equivalent to pulling teeth.
If you're going to watch older sports with a critical eye, then you're hurting yourself more than you're helping.
Exactly. Like, you're not doing yourself a service. You're doing yourself a disservice. And honestly, that's the part that ultimately sucks, right? Like, and that's the thing that I think builds the disconnect further, right? Because they see their favorite guys and they hear us talk about our guys, and they want to go back and try to compare and contrast instead of just appreciating where the game has come from and appreciating the stuff that they can get from those guys. Which, hey, if that's what y'all want to do, that's what y'all want to do. But ultimately, y'all are missing a good big chunk of the game and understanding why the history and why that part of the game is important, or why that person was important to the game.
Yeah, and understanding what made that person great, what made that person tick. When you listen to Kobe Bryant, the Mamba mentality is not just a cool, catchy hashtag. That's not what it is.
No, it's the way of life.
It's how he worked. It's him understanding, like, look, if you're gonna get up at 6 o'clock, I'm gonna get up at 4. If you're gonna get up at 4, I'm gonna get up at 2.
If you want to go party, bet we can go party. But guess what? We still getting our ass up early as fuck tomorrow for practice, nigga. We're gonna sweat all of that shit out.
Like, it's not about just being good enough. It's about trying to separate yourself from the group and being great.
And like you said, it's about the love of the game, right? Like, if you're not willing to go,
and the competitiveness, like you said in the beginning, where's the I want to compete. I want to compete. I want to play against the best of the best. I want to see where I stand on the other side of this. And I'll take it to basketball real quick. And when they, during the All-Star game, like we were referencing earlier, and it was like trying to figure out what's wrong with the All-Star game and why the All-Star game isn't what it used to be. It's like, well, we can just take it to the bare bones of it. The All-Stars aren't competing in the stuff for the All-Star weekend.
Yeah, they're not playing hard. They're not competing at all.
And it's not even not. I'll get to the game in a second. But the slam dunk contest was always the marquee event.
Yep.
The Jordans, the Dominiques, the Vince Carters, the Kobes.
Mm-hmm.
These guys all did it. Dr. J, all of them. LeBron didn't want to compete. There's a part of him that didn't want to fail in that situation. Michael lost the slam dunk contest to Dominique.
Sure did.
Like, failure is what makes you great. It's not winning.
Let me look up something real quick. Hold on.
And the other side, like the All-Star game itself, is entertainment. But the All-Star teams understood the first half, let's give the fans a show.
Yeah, most definitely.
But the second half, lace them up. Lace them up. Because now we got to win the game. It's supposed to be, like they said before, this is the All-Star game in basketball was supposed to be the greatest pickup game in the world.
Like quite
because you got the best basketball players in the world on one court playing for supremacy. We don't have that anymore. The NFL is a little different with the Pro Bowl only because the injury factor is so much higher, and Sean Taylor tried to kill somebody and they wanted to stop it.
Rest in peace. Shout out to Sean Taylor.
Shout out to Sean. And if you don't know who Sean Taylor is, go do your homework.
And it's like, I don't understand. And that's the reason why I say, like, I'm not going to say, like, LeBron don't love the game. I'm not going to sit up here and say that. But I'm just saying, like, the competitive nature. That's the reason why I say, like, there shouldn't be any incentives. There shouldn't be any, well, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to get. No,
they're paying you to do that. Like, they got $500,000 to participate in that in-season tournament.
But
you get paid extra money for the All-Stars, but they want more money. But I'm like, come on. Like, you make $30 million a season now. You need more money on top of it?
You got to think about it like this, bro. Like, this is the reason why we said competitive nature, right? Because, like, these guys would take on that competition. They would embrace it. You would go and see, when you see a dunk contest filled with Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant, Chris Carr, Michael Finley, Darvin Ham, right? Lakers head coach, everybody who want to sit up here and act like these coaches just come out of fucking nowhere. A lot of these guys played in the league, and a lot of these guys were all-stars. A lot of these guys did enter, did have specific talents in their own kind of ways. So when y'all sit up here and try to discount older players, understand that y'all are discounting a lot of the smartest players in the game, right? Everybody want to sit up there and talk about Ty Lue. Look at him. Interesting. But like when you see these guys enter the dunk contest with all of those guys, right? When you see the Dominiques and you see the Spud Webbs and you see the Michael Jordans and you see the Dr. J's, like the George Dervins, they all entered the contest together because they wanted to bust each other ass. When you see Mike going into the locker room asking, hey, who guarded me tonight? Oh yeah, I'm giving him 60. You feel me? Like, yeah, I'm finna give you buckets, bro. You feel me? Like that's what's gonna happen. You feel me? Like when
you know what golf is?
Chad
Johnson. Chad Johnson lined up. He's looking. Line up right here. I want you right here. Like, this is what it's supposed to be, dog.
It's supposed to be competitive. You're supposed to want to go out there and bust your teammate, your homie. We used to have full-blown fades at practice. Everybody want to sit up here and talk about the Draymond shit. Everybody want to talk about the punch. Oh, how, bro, I don't understand how, nigga. First of all, it's just the recording I got out because it wasn't the fight. But we used to have full-on fades at practice.
Yep.
Full-blown.
I'm sorry. Like, this like, y'all are
soft. Y'all soft, bro.
My brothers, blood, not just some random dude that you like, oh, no, that's my brother. No, blood. They are separated a year apart. Blood. fought on a football field and basketball court too, just over some silly shit, over competition. Over competition. Like, we come from a very different Kobe when it was in the Olympics and Powell was playing for Spain and he ran through Powell's chest and everybody looked shocked, like, oh my God, why did he do that? Because he's not his teammate right now.
That's the godfather that was the godfather to one of his kids at that time.
Yeah.
One of his best friends. He literally said, "I'm finna run through this motherfucking chest." Shit, you can take it you can take it deeper. When Coach K was trolling the whole team about Manu Ginobili, trolled him the whole team. That's some of their teammates. That's their guy, right? Coach K putting the newspaper, different newspaper clippings on their chairs and shit, right? Go even deeper, right? Carmelo Anthony, he just talked about his experiences with D Wade in the Heat. He pulled up to the Heat, right? He calling D Wade, "Hey, yo, D Wade, what's popping?" D Wade ain't looking at him. "Hey, yo, D Wade, what's going on? What's up with my mans, though?" You feel me? D Wade just give him a little nod, right? Now Melo feeling disrespectful, like, "Hold on, bro, what the fuck, nigga, what's going on?" Right? But Melo, he thinking like, "Hold on, that's my boy." Like, we go back like beyond the court. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But even him, he not even registering like. It's a different culture. It's a different mentality over there. It's a different type of competitive spirit to the point where even if that's your homie, it got to be fucking right now until after the game.
Until after the game, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I don't. I've played against some of my favorite people. But you're not one of my favorite people while we're on the football field. Sorry. I'm just wired different, dog.
I'm telling you, like, I'm semi-pro. Like I said, like I tell y'all every single year, semi-pro starts in a week. It comes up with I play every single year. A lot of those guys I play against, them is my homies. Them my homies straight up. But I'm going right
even in Little League, like, we would talk shit because we played on different teams. Some dudes played on the Rifles. Some dudes played on the Rosedale Jets. Some dudes played for it. Didn't and we would. After the games was over, we go back to the crib, change our clothes, meet downstairs, and talk shit.
Talk shit about the whole game. There's no that we wasn't, and that's the thing. Like this comment just said, right? There ain't no friends in between these white lines, man.
Nope.
You feel me?
No friends.
That's why I brought up the pickup thing earlier, right? Because you can be playing a game, right? Or you can be outside with just a whole bunch of your homies or whatever the case may be, and you and your best friend end up being captains, right? Because this is how it worked, right? I don't know where y'all grew up. I don't know where everybody grew up, but this is how it worked back in my hood, back in my day, right? You and your homie are the best two players out there. Y'all the best players outside. So y'all can't be on the same team.
Look, Eric, my cousin, he'll tell you, there were many a day when we played outside, it's like, them two niggas can't be on the same team.
Y'all can't be on the same team. Them niggas can't be on the same team, bro. Y'all got to separate. Well, I don't know. Y'all two both got to be captains because y'all can't be on the same team. Because they know if them two niggas get together, it's up. It's cheating, whatever.
It's going up. That's so you know. It's going up.
You feel me? But as the guys who were competitive, that didn't matter to us because, okay, bet. I've been wanting to bust this nigga ass for a week. This nigga been talking shit all motherfucking week. Yeah, it's good. I got him. You got him. We finna run it up. You feel me? And it's like, it gets so competitive to the point where, like I said, we are damn near coming to blows, full on fade. And then we go change our clothes, go freaking eat, take a shower, whatever the case may be, and we go chop it up, talk shit about the whole game, the whole experience.
Yeah, like, that's just the way it is. My brother, we in a group chat just last week. My older brother was telling my little brother, you better get your ass together because when we playing it's basketball. He said, because I'm gonna bust your ass on the court when I see you this summer.
That's what's gonna happen.
Like,
that competitive nature.
This is what it is.
Like,
it's what it is. And there's so much of that missing in today's sports. And I'm not saying you can't be cordial with your boys. But while the game is going, I don't know you, dog.
Yeah, like quick story time, right? Quick story time. My boy Tyler. Shout out to my boy Tyler. He sees me play in semi-pro all the time, right? Now he is a runner, right? He did play football back in the day, but he's a more
of a runner, right? Like he does cross country, he does long distance running, he does marathons, other stuff like that, right? So he sees me playing football and stuff like that, and he understands like I come from a track background too, like I'm a track runner too as well, right? So he's seeing me on my Instagram post, and he's commenting like, "Yeah, bro, I hope you're ready." Now, me personally, I don't got no clue what this man talking about. You know what I'm saying? He like, I hope you're ready. I see you training. I hope you're ready. Cause you feel me? I'm just like, hey man, I don't know what's going on, but you fucking right. I'm ready, bro. Whatever you got going, I'm about it, bro. What is it, bro? Is it a race? You feel me? Cause he was one of them super fast guys, right? Is it a race? You feel me? When we playing football, whatever the case may be. And he called the challenge. Like he made a whole group chat. Called the challenge in Jamaica when we was at my boy's wedding and shit like that. Like, called the challenge. We out there playing soccer and shit. I don't play soccer, okay? I don't get down with soccer like that, okay? But man, if I didn't tell you I wasn't out there trying to bust that man ass in some motherfucking soccer and shit, trying to look like like man, the competitive nature came out in all of us. We was Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi. We was all there, okay? Like that's what we're talking about. That competitive nature, we don't see that because everybody out there trying to be buddy and friends and all the shit like that. Like, and it's more of not like the older guys, but like not even the super young guys, right? Because we've seen in the Rising Star Challenge. I know this is a football show, but like we're talking about competitiveness right now. But we've seen in the Rising Star Challenge, right? The young guys going at it, right? You got Jaden Ivey and Benedict Mathurin going at it. Like, bro, you still can't guard me even in this motherfucker, bro. You feel me? Like talking shit, you feel me, in a game that really don't even matter. But he like, nigga, you can't guard me even in this shit, bro. Even in this setting, you can't guard me. So, nigga, you might want to step up your game because, nigga, I'm gonna bust your ass even here. You feel me? Like that's what we're talking about. That competitive disconnect. Like y'all just be trying to be fucking friends and buddy, and oh, he's a star. Nah, fuck that shit, bro. Everybody get their ass bust.
That's what we said earlier. It's the AAU. Like these kids, they're not built to play in the street. Everybody talk about they outside, and then they're not outside.
Y'all not outside.
Y'all not outside. Like you only get that competitive fire only comes when you play in the street. It only comes when you play in the street, man.
It only comes when you want to bust your homie ass, when you want to get on him, when you want to run your homie over, when you run through his face. You feel me? And literally say fuck you, and then after the game, y'all literally shake it up, hug it up after. Like that's football. That's competitiveness. I don't know what kind of new shit y'all got going on now, but
look, we was to. But it's crazy. Before, look, I'm gonna take it back. Before there was online play on your PlayStations and your Xboxes and shit, Nintendo had a little thing where you could plug in 4 controllers.
Mm-hmm.
You motherfuckers got to sit next to the other 2 motherfuckers you playing with.
Talk shit right next to him.
Talk shit. We would play Super NES football. Be me, my cousin, my 2 brothers. Talk crazy shit. You're sitting right there.
Right there next to each other. Talking
shit the whole time. To the point like where they would get mad. My brother would just, in the middle of the game, we'd be blowing them out. He just cut it off.
Hey, that was the notorious move right there, man. Cut that shit off, man. Ain't nobody playing.
Like, it's competitive. Like, this is where you build that shit. Like, we do shit all the time.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we come from the era. We come from the era of sore losers, bro. We come from the era of there is no smiley faces. There is no buddy. There is no, oh, I'm cool after losing. Nah, nigga, I got an attitude. My day is ruined, nigga. I just fucking lost, bro. Like, that's the era we come from.
Look, there was a point, like, there was a time where niggas wouldn't get off the sticks until they won. Nah, run it back. I ain't getting off till I win. I'm not getting off till I
a rematch. You feel me? Rematch. You feel me? They looking at other niggas waiting in line to play. Like, hey, bro, you mind if I get this rematch real quick?
Look,
you feel me? Nah, it's good, bro. Go ahead. It's good, bro. Go ahead. Nigga, 5 matches later. Nigga, 10 matches later.
We used to play Tecmo Bowl for money.
Money. What's up? Throw a dollar on it. Throw a dollar on it, nigga.
It was $2 a touchdown.
You feel me? $2 nigga, money didn't make a good, man. Stop playing, nigga. Put your money up.
Like craziness. Like this is the type of shit. Like there was everything was competitive. Everything. There was nothing that was just we're gonna do this shit for fun. Nah. The stakes got to be high.
Yeah. Like
I need you to take this. Because I need you to take this serious.
And even if there wasn't like no crazy incentive, bro, like just the fact that you got to play against somebody or you got to see somebody on the court or on the field that you didn't get to see every single day that you've been itching to see, like, nigga, I'm a lot better than when we met before. You feel me? Like, look, even though we homies, bro, and I used to get me a few times, like, I'm a lot better now, nigga. So, nigga, let's go. You feel me? Let's go right now.
Story time. This is high school. My freshman year. We scrimmage in varsity. I'm playing safety. This is my 10th grade year. No. I'm a freshman. It's my freshman year. I'm playing safety. We scrimmage in varsity. Varsity got a running back, Greg Russell. Shout out to Greg Russell. Greg, when I was in high school, I thought Greg was the biggest running back I've ever seen in my entire life. Greg was massive in my eyes because I was a freshman in high school and I was a little nigga. So I'm not thinking I'm going to grow to Melvin size. Okay? So they run the 36. I step into the hole. Bang! Claps me. Dropped. Kept running. Coach was like, that's the way you stick your nose in the hole. And I'm like, bruh, first of all, no. No. All right?
Shit. Yeah, man.
I kept that in the back of my head, so I will never get ran over again. Never did. Fast forward, years and years later, playing semi-pro ball. Guess who's the running back? Now, I'm not a little ass freshman no more. I done grew into my man bod. Yeah. Then I realized Greg is only like 5'8", 190 pounds, 180 pounds. You really ain't that
stop growing after high school.
I was like, you really not that big. I'm going to fuck you up. And that's what I did. And I told him, I said, Greg, this is nothing personal. This is nothing personal. I just, in my mind, you were the reason you created this monster, just so you know.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. You started this villain arc, okay?
Yeah, and like you were a part of my villain origin story.
Yeah, and it came full circle. So like, and that's the thing, essentially that we're emphasizing, bro. Like that competitive nature, that feeling that when you step on the field, when you step on the court, that you want to go at your homie, that you want to go at, these guys, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reason why last week when we were talking about Deion Dawkins, I didn't have a problem with what he's saying. Like, I love to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I want to see that competitive fire, bro. Like, even if he don't,
he a sucker because he didn't call out Quentin Williams.
Right? You know what I'm saying? But I get it, right? That's your boy. But even then, bro, like, shit, fuck that nigga too, right? You should be fuck that nigga too, right? I love you.
All 11 niggas in green,
my boy. But fuck you right now too, cause you over there with them niggas. You feel me? Like that's how that should go. You feel me? At the end of the day, yeah, we can call up and chop it up with you and all the stuff like that after the game. But during the game, nah, fuck you, bro. You feel me? I'm trying to put your dick in the dirt. No homo. You feel me? Pause. Whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just like when you see that disconnect, bro, like that's the reason why. Like a lot of these guys just want to play with their friends. They want to look good with their friends. They want to do the jersey swaps after the game. And all of this nice, fancy, you know what I'm saying, cute shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when I went to the tryout a few weeks ago, right? We're doing all of this stretching and drills and all this stuff like that. And when they finally said, all right, we're doing a competitive period, I was like, yeah, finally we're doing all this cute shit. Let's play football. Yep. You feel me? Like I'm done with all this cute shit. I'm done with all the fucking kumbaya and meeting people and meet and greets. And I ain't come out here for that, bro. I came out to play football, nigga. I came out here to bust somebody's ass today, nigga. So somebody finna get this work because I got a lot of energy pent up. You feel me? So like that's what we're talking about. Just that disconnect with the young guys and the old guys, and how the old guys, even though they were friends and they used to kick it off the field and smoke cigars and like freaking Deion Sanders and Michael Irvin, freaking they do that shit all the fucking time. Chad Johnson and fucking Deion Sanders line up, go hands up every time they see each other.
Every time
they see each other. Shit, them niggas didn't even play in the same fucking era.
Nope.
Didn't even play in the same era.
Because the competitiveness in you want to play against the best. You saw old ass Michael Jordan at the All-Star game telling Magic and yo, get your sneakers, man.
Yeah.
He 50-year-old man.
Shit. Fucking Bill Russell, rest in peace. That man freaking went up on stage in front of everybody and told every single one of them legendary centers, looked them dead in their face and said, I still kick all your ass.
It's a lie, but it's okay.
All your ass, bro. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? nigga. This is the same man who in the crowd flipping them off like, yeah, nigga, fuck y'all. Nigga, I love y'all to death, bro. Don't get me wrong. I love y'all, but nigga, I will bust y'all ass in here. Don't forget, nigga, what? This ain't no game. You feel me?
Yeah, like that's what, and you can tell it's the older people. Like they come from a different time, like where you gained your respect from me by going up against me.
Mm-hmm. If you can go up, and that's the reason why, like we say, this is the reason why we say y'all soft, bro, because y'all are too scared to garner respect from somebody who, you know, who may be your equal, or who may be better than you. But just challenging them to garner that respect is just, it goes miles beyond what y'all think, right? And it's the reason why, like we say, like a lot of y'all just are soft, bro. Like when it comes to everyday life, bro, like y'all would rather, you know, shoot your way out of a situation than fight your way out of a situation. Mm-hmm. You know, if we're gonna get into some real talk here, like y'all would rather, you know, go out the easy way and shoot from a distance than fight somebody head up, face to face.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, straight up. Like you got, like, the whole point back in the day, like if you was getting bullied or whatever it may be, like, yo, stand up for yourself. Even if you didn't win the fight, he could look you in your face and be like, you know what? I respect that.
Yeah, I respect him. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, and that's different, right? You got that the whole social media thing now where everybody wants to be a jokester, everybody wants to be famous, everybody feels like they're a troll artist, and this and that, to where now it's, and this is the reason why I've been saying this for the years, bro. Like the only reason why people feel the need to carry around their firearm for protection, quote unquote, is because they're scared of embarrassment. You scared to get your ass beat on in a video uploaded on social media and everybody laughing at you, right? Yep. But back in the day, like, nigga, you had to take that ridicule head up, face to face. Wasn't no social media, wasn't no, like, nah, nigga, if you got your ass
every day you stepped into school or whatever it may be, everybody like,
hey, nigga, you gonna take that, bro? You just gonna let him dog walk you like that? You feel me?
You got fucked up yesterday.
Yeah, you gonna get in the gym, train some shit, bro. You need some help. You feel me? Like, you can let me know, bro, because you ain't gonna just let bro do that to you.
Right, because failure, like I said, man, failure creates greatness, not winning.
Builds character. Everybody's scared to fail. Everybody's scared to not be successful.
When you listen to Michael Jordan tell you it was the failures that made him great. Mike Tyson, it was the failures that made him great. Like, this is what happens, dog. Like, you gotta go through some adversity. Your shit gotta get tightened up for you to realize, oh, okay, so there's another. I got to get to another level. Gotcha.
I gotta turn it up a little bit, right? And I just think that's a lot of people, like, they're scared to really fail. They're scared to really see, like, that form of success where success comes with failure, and you have to fail before you get to where you want to go. And they want to take the easy road out, and it's weird, bro. I don't like that. Like, you feel me? Like, we like you said, we come from an old school, you know, mentality. And that's the reason why everybody calls us old heads, right? Like, we the old heads, right? Because of our mentality. But it's like, this is how it was built. This is what we were bred in. Like, we were bred in that competitive nature. We were bred in that get it out the mud mentality, right? So, like, when we see the shit, you feel me? Like, that's what we do. We fight. We don't run away from shit. We don't try to fucking shoot our way or get a quick way out of it. Like, nah, we gonna, nigga, we gonna step to it. You feel me?
Look at the fucking Muu showing up.
Muu in the building. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? You know, like, you gotta, like, what creates that dog in you is going through the bullshit. Mm-hmm. That's how you become a dog. Like, you gotta go, like, you really gotta dig it out the mud. Like, you gotta wander the streets and build yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, that's why I tell you, like, look, if you not willing to run with the big dogs, you stay your ass on the porch. You're not supposed to be out in these streets.
Yep, that's why they got the commercials with the OG guys, right? When they watch the young guys and they, man, we can still play again, right? We can still do this, we'll do that, right? And then they flash back like, yeah, nah, maybe we can't, and stuff like that. But it's that competitive nature from those guys that makes them feel like, hey, yo, I can still get out here and do this, right? Like, this is the reason why Ice Cube came up with the big three, right? Because you still have a lot of OGs, hoopers that feel like, man, I still play.
I said we was gonna cross over between basketball and football, But I had an idea because you was going. I don't know if you was going there or not, but I have an idea to how to make the basketball All-Star Game 5. You get an All-Star team from the NBA, 5-on-5 against the big three. Old head niggas against the young niggas.
I like that. Right. I mean, y'all not gonna go that hard anyway. So if y'all
I think because we love to talk, because you know how they like to talk. Like, the older generation isn't that good. Well, let's see you against the older generation. Let me see you try to deal with Zach Randolph on the block. I want to see it. I want to see if you can stay in front of Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. If you can deal with a Rasheed Wallace. If can you stop ISO? Can you stop ISO Joe?
Oh yeah, nah. Even now they're not staying in front of ISO Joe. I'm sorry, especially the way they play defense now. I'm watching the Timberwolves Cavs game right now. So like it's just, and it's the reason why, like, y'all gotta understand, right? Like the guys who take their time to do their research and connect with the older guys, they end up better for it, right? Like this is the reason why people go to Hakeem for footwork and for defensive schemes, right? Like this is the reason why people go to Ray Allen and they visit Reggie Miller, right? For shooting advice, right? Lethal shooter and stuff like that, for shooting advice and stuff like that, right? Like this is the reason why they talk to Gary Payton and to Allen Iverson and to just all these old guys, Magic Johnson, right? For dribbling, for defense, for facilitation, right? Like that's the reason why, like you see those guys go back to those old guys and work with those older guys, and you see their game better for it compared to the guys who just want to do the fancy shit for social media and their game is essentially stagnant. And even in football, right, you see the guys who go and they work with the OG quarterback coaches. They don't go and work with these fucking young ass fucking quarterback coaches who don't really know what they're talking about. They go work with the guys who train with Tom Brady. They go work with the guys who train with the Joe Montanas and the Drew Breeses, right? Like when you hear Patrick Mahomes going down to California, go train with Tom Brady's quarterback coach, when you hear Joe Burrow going down and trading with Drew Brees quarterback coach, like that's where they get that connect from. That is where that is them doing their research and doing their due diligence. Like, so how is their game different from my game? But how can I bring that shit together ultimately?
Right. And that's you're supposed to be, if you're a younger player, it's within your best interest to marry the old school with the new school. That's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to look at what worked back then. How does that translate to today? How can I use that in my game and now update the software so that I can make it better?
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. And when you see the guys that do it really, really well, they pay attention to the older guys. Like I brought up Kobe. Like Kobe took Mike's software and updated it. Brandon Ayuk is taking Jerry Rice's data and he's updating it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you watch these guys, when they're starting to pick the brains of the older guys, look at Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur is picking Tom Brady's brain every chance he gets.
Every chance he gets, talks to Tom Brady.
He's not that good just on his own. He's good because he's taking information from somebody who did it at an extremely high level and is applying it. Right, like you're supposed to reach back. Like it's not a bad thing. Everything, there are certain things that translate. Yes, it's football advances, basketball advances, but there are things that you can use from back then and apply it to today, and it works.
Yep. It's the same because it's the same game. We get it that the game changes, right? It may be faster sometimes, in some cases it may be slower. We understand that the game evolves, but it's still the same exact game. So a lot of the same fundamentals and the same basics that these guys grew up doing and that the OG guys brought us into, and what we seen growing up and what they used to get to the league. Of course, new techniques come in, new styles come in. We're not saying that doesn't happen, but a lot of the styles that the guys that came before us used are still very viable to what we want to do in the game today.
If you're a young running back today, if you're not watching Roger Craig and Marshall Faulk highlights, you're doing yourself a disservice. If you're not watching LaDainian Tomlinson, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Like there shouldn't be a time where people ask you as a football player, as a basketball player, baseball player, whatever your sport is, there shouldn't be a time where people ask you about a history of your sport or history of your game or somebody who was prolific in your sport or in your game. They shouldn't ask you about them or say their name and people say who. You say who or people say who. Like that should never happen if the game is that important to you.
Because their games, the way that they play the game suits the NFL today.
Mm-hmm.
Like LaDainian Tomlinson, Marshall Faulk, Roger Craig, Ronnie Harmon, these types of dudes, Dave Meggett, trying to think of another running back that was built from that type of Thurman Thomas. Like
Thomas, man. Shit.
Like those, like those 3 down backs that could run the ball between the tackles on the outside, but they were also major contributors in the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what the NFL is right now. That's what Bijan Robinson is.
Robinson, CMC,
Alvin Kamara, CMC. Yep. That's
Alvin
who these guys are.
That's who they base their game off of. And the game, like we said, the game hasn't changed that much. They still do the same exact fucking script. Everybody still runs for majority of the part Bill Walsh's West Coast offense. Run, play action. Run, play action. Run, play action. Like y'all still do the same exact fucking shit. Just because they add RPOs and they add a whole bunch of other shit to make it look fancy and all these motions and all stuff, it's the same exact thing.
Same shit, man.
Same exact fucking thing. Slant and goes, posts, corners, fades, like outs, ins, zigs, zags. All the routes are the same. There is no fucking new route that motherfuckers is out there running to the point where it's like, oh my god, he just like there's nothing new. Everybody's doing the same thing. They just look faster doing it. But you have to go back and see. And
all your China routes, your zig routes ain't nothing but a whip route from back in the day.
Yeah, that's nothing but a whip route. That's what they call the 3 for everybody who needs to know to learn the route tree and everybody with all these fancy ass names. Like a corner was just a 7, or give me a 7 route, right? Like a 9, a fade. They normally call that a flag route, or give me a flag, run a flag route. Mm-hmm. Like these old school names that you guys are just all of these. When the game evolves, it's still the same exact shit.
There's different terminology.
You guys don't take the time to go and look at how the game came from. Like everybody wants to talk about, Tyreek Hill and Randy Moss, how they're just the greatest deep threats, bro. Like, how do y'all not remember Chris Carter? Do y'all not remember Cliff Branch? Like, do y'all not remember Daryl LaMonica? They called him the Mad Bomber for a reason. Yeah. Like, there's the reason why, like, this, there's your whole offense is based off something.
Yeah, like, there were dudes that were just on the field that were Tyreek Hill fast, but you just don't know it. Like, Willie Gold, nigga, James Jett.
I was to say James Jett. What the fuck?
Like, these were track dudes, dog. Like, the game was just they were just on the field to stretch the defense. That's why they were there. I mean, still great, still good football players. Don't get it twisted. But their role on the field at that point in time was like, I need somebody to take top of the defense.
Yeah, like, this guy runs a 4-3. This guy runs a 4-4. You feel me? Like, we're gonna throw it deep to this guy. You feel me? Like, that's what's gonna happen. And the shit hasn't changed, right? You got Tyreek Hill, you got Henry Ruggs, you got Chris Olave, all these guys, 4-3 guys, Christian Watson, all these 4-3 guys. What the fuck they do? They drop back and same thing. Let it fly.
Yeah, flipper. Like, if you don't know
3 fucking times in a row. West Coast offense.
Yeah, like, it's crazy. Like, if you don't know who Flipper Anderson is, like I can't fuck with you, dog.
They don't know about my boy Flip Anderson, man. They better stop playing with him. Oh my gosh. See, and that's the thing. Like, there shouldn't be these conversations, and y'all sit up here with the you know what I'm saying, a confused face or just a lost face. Like, damn, who is this guy? Who is that guy? Like y'all should know who these guys are and understand why they're important to your game and why. You know, there's people who you even looked up to and modeled their game after this person.
Yep. Like going back in time is fun. Like, it's fun to sit back and watch the game and just watch the evolution of the game.
Just watch how it changed.
And sit there and you look at it and you like, because then you start to see why the greats were great. When you see how fast Dan Marino got the ball out of his hand, like you're like, damn, like that's crazy.
Like when you watch Dan Marino and you're like you just watching, and this the thing, like this is the reason why we say you can't watch it with clouded judgment or with criticism eyes or with the fact that you feel like your era is better. You just gotta watch it and appreciate it for what it is. And when you watch the games with Dan Marino, you'll literally sit back and like ask yourself, like, how the fuck this nigga didn't win? Like,
right, like because you're looking at it like this, he's an alien.
Like for real, like at that point in time, y'all got to think about at that point in time what the world is seeing. So you got to think about like Steph Curry coming into the world at the point in time he came into. LeBron James coming into the world, Michael Jordan. Like that's what people were seeing at that time. Like nobody had seen these things, right? So when they're seeing Dan Marino and they're seeing that spin on the ball, they seeing that release, they seeing that pocket presence, they seeing that deep ball, they seeing the accuracy. They're like, yo, what the fuck?
Like, what is going on right now? Like,
right? It's just like when everybody watches Aaron Rodgers now. Like Aaron, what the fuck?
Yeah, like you have to look at it and when you watch Lawrence Taylor, how he came off the line, how he shed blocks, how Reggie White was just brute force.
Oh my
like just
God.
Brute force.
And
you look
for
at
all my linemen out there, for all my edge rushers, his long arm, second to none.
None. You want to see a dude in John Randall who just outworked everybody. Just like Max. Just picture Max Crosby on steroids.
Like,
and not literal steroids, because John Randall was a big ass dude.
Yeah.
But a massive dude who did not stop. Like consistent motor. That's what it's just crazy. But when you watch it, you sit there and you're looking at it like, oh, I see why he was that good. When you watch Ronnie Lott, how he came up, how he read run plays and just all over the field. When you watch Deion Sanders and his pass coverage and wonder how he did it with shoulder pads that look like they can go on a 747 airplane.
Yep.
Because, and that's no, like, watch the equipment changes. Imagine, like, because this is what I go back in time and I look at these things. And I'm thinking, what if Barry Sanders wasn't wearing those big ass shoulder pads?
Talking about the Ninja Turtle pads that he had on?
Like fucking Ninja Turtle pads. Like, I'm looking at the helmets. Helmets, when we had to wear helmets, an old bike helmet, nigga.
Goodness
listen
gracious.
here. That shit was every bit of 8 pounds.
A bucket. A heavy ass tin bucket.
That shit was a weapon, dog.
Okay.
Kind of like our time, like, cause I'm 30. Our times, like we got blessed with the right L's and like they called them
nigga, like the shit that I had to win.
You feel me? Like the shit that niggas was starting with back in the day, bruh. I'm trying to tell you the shit that these
y'all love the helmet with the 2 bar. We called it the Dickerson because Eric Dickerson was the first person with it.
Yep.
But before that, ugly face mask. You hear me?
Ugly face mask.
Ugly.
Long John.
Look, to help out the young viewers, okay? Y'all need to thank niggas like me for bringing the drip to football.
Honestly, they gotta thank the OGs for allowing people to have those type of face masks and helmets.
No, the visors and all that shit that came from us. Socks, the wristbands, the gloves. Hey, we did that.
All of that. You feel me? Like that shit comes from the old school. So when you look and you see these guys, the crunched up socks with the long,
like the crunched up socks. You know how many pairs of socks we ruined to look dope?
Man, like it was just all of that shit. Like that shit comes from the OG, from the disconnect. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when like even Zeke, when he did the whole roll up with
the cut-off jersey, I was about to get there. The cut-off jerseys.
I was doing that in college prior to Zeke even being in college.
That started with us.
Yeah, like I remember freaking Eric Allen, Darryl Green. I remember Bo Jackson. They all had that cutoff jersey where it stopped right here. Like that was the style. You know
why y'all don't wear hip pads no more, or why the hip pads got smaller?
Hip pads, knee pads.
Know why y'all don't wear knee pads? Us.
Do you know how much trouble we got in for cutting our knee pads?
Bruh. Thigh pads? Oh my God. First of all, y'all don't even know what thigh pads are. Just so y'all know. Thigh pads used to be about this goddamn thick.
My Pop Warner thigh pads was crazy. Okay.
Look, them shits was fucking massive.
No, you understand. Okay, this is before I had girdles. Okay, and they got all the stuff in one, and y'all can just slide it in, bad looking, all nice and cute and stuff. Like, no, I'm talking about when you had to loop your hip pads in
and a belt. Before that, you had to wear a girdle.
Come on now.
You had to wear a girdle.
And we're not talking about these fancy girdles where everything is in place now. Like you had to put all of that. You had to put your thigh pads in a sleeve.
Yep. And your hip pads, nigga. And y'all don't even know. Most of y'all don't even know what a butt pad is.
And that's the cool part about it. It's the most embarrassing part, right? Because y'all really don't understand where we came from. You had to loop your butt pad in with your belt. And so, like, when you would run, you had this big ass, extra large tampon looking thick ass butt pad. You feel me? This big ass brick elongated butt pad. Half of it is in your pants, and half of it is like sticking out.
Yep. Look,
y'all wasn't outside, okay?
Y'all wasn't outside.
Deal with.
Think if you know anybody 30 years and older, especially niggas my age, if you 40 and over, you thank them like, yo, I appreciate everything you did for bringing football and fashion into what. See how we always bring it to one. We always bring it around in this show. What we do. We look towels. Y'all niggas love your towels. Know who started? We did that. Like, come on, man. So appreciate the old school because without us, you ain't got nothing.
All the tight ass jerseys and shit, you feel me, stitched and all looking all good and shit, bro.
The tight, y'all don't understand how baggy, baggies fucking football jerseys used to be, dog.
Bro, not only did we go out there with the extra super size, okay, I'm talking about the Zoot Suits Ninja Turtle pads. You feel me? We had the super XL jerseys on, dog. Like you wasn't tucking them bitches in, and even when you tucked them in,
the sleeves, nigga, the sleeves, all that stuff that y'all got. Thank us, please.
Ain't no tight sleeves, bro. You got sleeves, bro. And if you, and this the thing, bro, it didn't matter how buff you was, it didn't matter how big you were. You wasn't filling out that fucking jersey.
You couldn't fill out a football jersey. They were too big.
Filling out a jersey. Okay. You was walking around looking like your girl in one of your 3XL, 2XL jerseys. That's how
fuck all you young niggas. Y'all need to pay homage to the old heads. Without us, y'all still be out here looking crazy.
Like y'all don't understand how it feels to have all of your equipment on. You feel me? Your pants is all tightened up and stuff like that, but you sagging. Okay?
Sagging.
Do no control of your own.
Look, just pay attention. Go back, watch some of the old football film, and just look at how they look. Just look at their jersey, and then look at the jerseys today and be like, you know what? We appreciate y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate
having Gatorade on the field and shit like that, bro. These niggas used to do coke on the sideline. Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Like y'all get to do smelling salts now because it's all fancy and shit. They had to sniff cocaine. Okay. Yeah. That's what they was doing on the sideline. Okay. Y'all drinking Gatorade and water.
You get knocked out. You gotta get up, do a bump, nigga.
Yeah, nigga, you doing a bump right off the nail, nigga. You back? Hey, well, shit. Hey, we need you in the game. We down 3. Okay.
Chin straps. Them nice little cushy chin straps y'all got now.
Little beautiful cushy chin straps with the little.
We didn't have them bitches back in the day.
That shit was a string across your fucking jaw, nigga. That was it.
Y'all got the high snaps now. Before them shit used to be
right here.
Right here. That's it. That's
just
it.
Just that right there. That's it. One no up here. Just that right there.
Just that. None of that like fancy ass shit. You feel me? Y'all out here getting y'all helmets inflated. It wasn't that shit.
All that shit. Nah. You used to have to put water.
Yep.
In the bike helmet, dog.
Put your helmet on.
Water.
Like
come on, like this is I can go on all day.
All day. Okay. And like don't like we say, don't even
Matter
get
of
started.
fact,
I'm
I'm gonna bring some of my old niggas. We're gonna talk about the old football shit.
We're gonna have to get back into the OGs, man, because they really, y'all just can't forget where y'all come from and forget to pay homage to the OGs that came for the game, bro. Because without them, we don't have a lot of the stuff that we have and we do today. Like
Yeah, like we started that shit, man. Like you can't do it, man. You just can't disrespect us. Because without us, like there's a lot of stuff you just don't get. You just don't get it. Sorry, man. Appreciate you, but you gotta respect us, man. Like y'all got the Jordan cleats, man. Do you understand? Back in the day, they had to wear ponies. weren't too many, and they are football cleats now.
Yeah,
they were just cleats back in the day.
Big, bulky, heavy,
molded cleats. They were multi-purpose cleats.
Purposely, like
if you played baseball, you wore your baseball cleats in football too. Mind you, and all football cleats back in the day were all high top.
Yep.
All of them.
One no low tops, one no light, one no Audi Zeros, no Nike Zoom Flex, no Ghost String, none of that shit, none of that fancy shit, bro. It was, you had high top cleats because they didn't have ankle braces. You feel me?
No, they had ankle braces, but them bitches they were ankle braces, nigga.
They were ankle braces, like they were true ankle braces. You wasn't ankle braces no today.
There was no movement when you put them bitches on.
Okay, like nigga, like you had to wear them bitches for a whole season before them bitches even got to begin to loosen up. Okay,
yeah. Them nice little cute elbow pads y'all niggas got now. Yeah. Them big shits we had to wear back in the day.
Like the black jackets where quarterbacks be wearing to make y'all look hella extra bulky around the ribs. They didn't get to.
We didn't have flap jackets, nigga. Like back plates.
Back plates, tail pads.
You know why you got back plates? Us. Because of us.
They didn't get to do none of that shit. All of that shit was exposed when they got hit in the back.
Motherfucker getting kidneys bleeding and everything because you got hit in the back.
Motherfuckers had T4 damage when they was getting hit in the back and shit, bro. Like, y'all wonder why motherfuckers had so many broken ribs back in the day and they don't got them now. Okay? Yeah. That's because of OG niggas, all right? Like, they paved the way for us a lot.
We walk so you niggas could run, okay?
Literally, okay? Like, and they weren't even walking. They was jogging out there so we can sprint. Okay?
Yeah, like y'all bugging.
It definitely needs to be paid, man, because that disconnect is just not cool. Like, y'all just refuse to see the other side. Like, we just be talking like they wasn't real back in the day. Nah, they was real back in the day.
Yeah, we talking about gridiron warriors, nigga. That's what we were. But shit, we didn't get to half the shit we wanted to get to because I still we're gonna have to do this later. But I got my all New York team.
Yeah, no, we definitely gonna have to. We're gonna have to get to that the next show for sure. We got a lot of draft and combine stuff to talk about. But yeah, I get that. Hey, man, the young man.
That's why I knew it was gonna go crazy. I just put the other stuff on there just in case. But we rode that wave out.
Yeah, the young niggas had us going crazy. It's okay. It's all right, man. Y'all needed a history lesson today. You know what I'm saying? I need a little history lesson. It's okay. We might have to actually dedicate a show to a real NFL history and really take y'all down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just take a trip down memory lane real quick.
You know, let y'all know what's popping and with some legends and stuff like that. But it was a really dope show today.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody. GQ, Boo Wop, fucking Auntie showed up. We popping, man. I appreciate that. Like it was a good.
Yeah, it was great. Had a few people in the background and don't make comments. It's okay if you just watching, if you just listening, and you don't got time. That's fine. We just hope y'all enjoyed the show.
Just enjoy the show. Enjoy the conversation. Like, subscribe. Look, even if you got ideas on what you want us to talk about on the show, throw them shits in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are always open. We just we love football, so we like talking football. Hopefully, you enjoy the conversations, and then add to the conversation.
Yeah,
that's another thing. Always add to the conversation. What else? Oh, YouTube. I'm not YouTube. Well, YouTube. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you're listening, and join it. Like us, subscribe it. Give us 5 stars. I'm gonna steal this from Bomani Jones. So give us 5 stars. If you give us 4, I'm inclined to believe you are a hater.
That's true. That's true. That's actually very true.
So come on, like I said, we striving to get to this 1,000. We're gonna keep giving y'all this dope ass content on basket to basket, gentlemen's talk. I was gonna say play versus team. We got some shaking up. We about to do.
Yeah. Well, play versus team, like we said, like I said yesterday, it's under a little reconstruction right now. We're coming at you guys with some new things, new intros coming. It's under new ownership. So we got a lot of dope things coming. Like we said, it's not going to be just football and basketball eccentric, or mainly basketball eccentric, since that was the main focus last time, even though never mind. But like we said, we're going to get into all sports, baseball, hockey. We did a wrestling show last night that went over pretty dope. So just be on the lookout for that, man. It's going to be a really, really dope thing, really, really dope concept we'll present to y'all. And like we said, it's under new ownership, under new management, and just be on the lookout for everything new coming from that channel.
Yep. And you know what we're gonna do over here? Play versus team. Play versus team inside the huddle. See, it's in my brain. Yeah, but all of our shows unique, exciting. They're dope. Every host is fucking fire. The basket to basket crew is amazing. Gentlemen's Talk crew is amazing. PVT's crew is going to be amazing when we revamp it and get it popping inside the huddle. Me and Moolah's gonna hold this shit down over here. But we want everybody to just come through. Like I said, like, subscribe, leave your comments in the chat. That helps us out in the algorithm. So if you boost us up in the algorithm, we can get this love out to everybody else.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. Anybody who want to be a guest, anybody who want to come on, whether it's for 5 minutes, whether it's for a whole show, regardless of the fact, hey, pop in. We'd love to have you. Drop your questions, drop your lines, and all the shows comments, man. Like we said, we're coming at y'all 4 days out the week, soon to be 5. Yeah, just keep rocking with us, man. And we'll be back.
Yep, and you already know what time it is.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn